Now, how do we save in Photoshop? Now, there are a few ways to save. We can click on our Ctrl S. We'll click on Ctrl S. It brings us another option. And the first option we have is always written in PSD, which is the Photoshop document format for saving. If you save it as PSD, it means you are saving it as a Photoshop editable photo. And a PSD is not very visible except on Photoshop app. So how do we save it? We come to Format. On Windows, you will see File Type. We see Large Format Photoshop PSD, but that is not the best way to do that. So let me come and click on, for me, I'll click on Save As, Save a Copy. But for you, on your file format, after where you put the name, you are going to see, let me go there. So when you click on your own to see, you see all the file format. Now, usually JPEG is also a good way, GIF is a good way, PNG, but you either use it for PNG or JPEG. So you click on JPEG and you save the image. You can choose to leave it as the maximum. Now, maximum is 13.1 MB, which means it's very large. I can choose it. I have the space. I can choose it and click on OK, and it saves. When it saves, I can go to my file and check where it's saved. This is where it's saved, and I can have it. So what you also do is you create a file, you make some adjustment to it, and you save it. And when you save it, you upload that file to the Google Drive link. You rename the file in two ways. Let me show you what to do. You rename the way. Let us say my name is Power. So I rename the name. Okay, let me use my email address, powerbabaniyi32@gmail.com, and I give it space and click edited, right? Whereas this is the first image. So the first image, I'm going to name it powerbabaniyi32@gmail.com and call it original. So what I want us to do is to create the name. We have the original, we have the edited, and I want you to upload it to the Google Drive link that will be given to you as your assignment. So the first assignment is to touch that image, add, you can either put it at auto tune, auto contrast, or play with the levels, edit it to be a beautiful one of what you use, and upload it and let us see what you have. Alright, so back to that, and when you're done with that, we can proceed to the next video. Okay, so importing and exporting image. I've talked about that in the previous video, but let me just go ahead and show you more details about that. So let's say we come back to our Photoshop, and I showed you how to insert this image, but let me go over it again. There are a few ways to import image. You can click on File, you can click on Open. You can navigate to wherever you want to open your image and click on Open. It brings in the image into it. Or you can as well go to the place, right click on the image, open with, and choose Photoshop as the file you want it to open with. That is one way. You can also come through Place and okay, you can click on Place Embedded, and you can click on an image and click on Place, and it places that image on this other image. So when you want to add two or more images together, you can come and place the image. Alternatively to placing, you can also come and drag the image and add it like we've done in the previous videos. So we can have two images like this, right? So we've placed the image on themselves, and that's pretty much all how to do that. You can either place an image on itself or open a new image. Now, how do you save or export? Now, if you want to export this image, you can come on the menu and export. Now, you can export it as a quick export as PNG or export as. Export as is going to give you a series of variety. How do you want it to export? Okay, it's loaded, and we can choose this is the name of the image. It's showing us that it's 31 MB as a PNG. If you want to do it as if you want to export it as a PNG, right? If we click on smaller file rate, we can come and see the difference. Want to PNG, JPEG, and GIF. If you click on JPEG, it's telling you that it's now 1.4 MB, right? We can come and choose to adjust the size here to see how it is. But if we adjust the size here, let's say we want it to be 2000, it's going to auto adjust the height also. So if I say I want the width to be 1000, I click enter, it makes this one 15, right? Which means it's also automatically changing the width and the height so that your image is still the same. If you want copyright content information, you can put it and click on export. It tells you the name. It brings you to your location. Where do you want it to export? Let me be in my graphics, in my works, let me create a new folder. And create a new folder called YouDevHub tutorial. Click on create, and I save it in this place. Now I can go ahead back to my finder, go to my document, go to my graphics, go to my works, go to my YouDevHub tutorial, and I have my image there saved just as I edited it. Okay, so that's that for how to export. Let me show you another one. You can also choose as export as. We have save for web legacy. We click on that. It brings us to another saving panel. Okay, where we have PNG and the different format we want to use, but we can choose to just leave it at JPEG. Then we can check the setting. If we want maximum, high, medium, or low, let's put medium. Or we set it, it also changes the type and the output and the quality. So if we are ready, if we are choosing any of the quality we want it to appear in, we can also come to this quality bar and adjust the quality. Maybe we don't want it to be high, medium, or low. We can just adjust it and drag it to whatever we want. And once we do that, we come to save, and save. It prompts us the name we want to save it in, and we can choose to save it wherever we want to save it. Click on save. So that is that for that. So we'll be using this further in the class, and also try yours, do that, and let's see. By now the previous assignment should be submitted. Let's see how far we can go.